Hello, Folky Dokes. Well, I've got a couple of instruments under construction at the moment, so I thought I'd make a little video about tap tuning each instrument, applying a little bit of science to the build. It's more like a pseudo-science, really, but yeah, we do the best we can. So, tap tuning is about bringing the components of the instrument together to make the instrument vibrate in one overall sound, really, one timbre. So you can tap tune the individual parts of the instrument. The soundboard, being the main driver of the sound, is the one that you concentrate on the most, I suppose. This is a carved top mandolin I've been working on. I've already given the soundboard a bit of a tune before I attached it to the ribs of the sides. It was resonating at about an A sharp. Since gluing it to the ribs, it's dropped a bit down to a C sharp. I can just demonstrate that. I've got my little tuner on my phone there, which isn't ideal. Probably use a strobe tuner if you want to be really accurate about this, but they're quite expensive bits of gear. But this kind of does the trick. I made myself up a little tap tuning hammer, which seems to give a very consistent note rather than just tapping with your finger. So let me give this a go. So the note coming out of that is mostly a C sharp, which is kind of ideal because you want to tune the mandolin to a key that you generally don't play in. For instance, if you're playing bluegrass music, G, D and A wouldn't be an optimum for the overall tuning of the instrument, because when you play those notes or chords, the instrument will blast out said note that it's resonating in, and that's an undesirable thing to have on a mandolin. I believe they call it a wolf note on a violin. But anyway, as the construction progresses, the notes will all change, as I can demonstrate with this neck, which is resonating it. That's vibrating at a D at the moment. So if you attach this to the body of the mandolin, now using bolt-on necks, the sloping dovetail joint is a pain in the arse, takes loads of time, and it's actually less adjustable afterwards. So with the neck attached to the body, the tune is registering quite a clear G sharp there, back down to a C. Yeah. So when the back's attached, it will probably the note will probably change again. This is the back here, which is a piece of wenge, very heavy wood, almost glass-like properties. I'll just give that a tap. That's resonating at an F sharp. So it'll be interesting to see what the overall note is when that is glued onto the ribs. I'm also working on this tenor mandola, which I've been tuning. If I give that a tap, so currently that's resonating about flat top instruments like this flat top mandola, carved top instruments like this mandolin is that in these carved top instruments you have two tone bars, the bass and the treble, going down here, and the sole purpose of these bars is to tune the soundboard. By shaving off material from these, you can try and manipulate the soundboard to vibrate how you want it. These bars aren't actually structural at all. You could shave them down to nothing and the integrity of the soundboard would remain intact. Whereas this flat top mandola has got internal bracing, and that is very structural for the soundboard. So you can only shave it away to a certain amount before the integrity of the soundboard is compromised, and the bridge of the mandolin or the mandola would push through the body if you take off too much material. So yeah, it will be interesting to know what the final note of this mandola will be once the neck is attached. But yeah, that's about it. If anyone's found this in any way useful or interesting, happy fucking days. But apart from that, that's great. Bye bye.